Here, I want you to listen to this.
McDonald's is completely cooked as a company, and I would short their stock if I were you.
McDonald's is completely cooked as a company, and I would short that stock if I were you. That is what this guy Frank shared, and I'm sure he's saying this as just a joke, or at least I hope so. I thought I would have a little fun with this and that we can actually dive a little bit deeper and look into McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD, and to understand, technically and fundamentally speaking, is McDonald's a company actually worth shorting? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky. And again, I really hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So first off, technically speaking, as you can see, McDonald's clear as day is an ascending uptrend pattern. This is McDonald's on the day chart. This is McDonald's on the week time frame. And this is McDonald's on the month time frame. There are many stocks available to short. You really think out of every company out there that's overvalued or that has, true opportunity to short because of its overbought setup, you think out of everything, McDonald's is actually worth the time to short and the money? Well, again, maybe I'm wrong. Let's dive into it a little bit deeper. Let's not just look at a company technically. Let's actually look at a company fundamentally, right? If you're thinking about putting money behind a trade, you're going to want data to support the short. Let's see if it does. So if we hop on over to Investing Pro, again, if you guys ever want to download this software, it's the first link in the description down below. It's less than $10 a month, I believe, is what it breaks down to. With that being said, when you type in MCD, the ticker for McDonald's, you could see that, again, fair value is 10% downside. Okay, looking at McDonald's, especially based off of the recent setup, it's not that it's super cheap. It just recently hit new all-time highs. I'm not here to say that McDonald's is a killer deal. All I'm saying is that this doesn't look like the ideal setup of a company I would care to short, knowing how incredibly bullish it is. But again, could there be a potential retracement? It looks like Investing Pro says about a 10% retracement. If that 10% setup happens, that would be a retracement to around 290, which would be right around that fair or average value of 293.95. According to Investing Pro, he has raised its dividends for 50 consecutive years. So what that means is people who have been invested in McDonald's actually earn dividends. They get paid to be invested in the company, something that not every company does, which is again why McDonald's has a lot of investors that actually just earn money, all growth aside, just off of being a shareholder. 23 analysts have revised their earnings downwards for up and coming periods, which actually makes complete sense because if you actually take into consideration the 2026 outlook, guidance is lower. Consumer spending is expected to go down. But would that be a reason or a justifiable reason to short McDonald's? I would imagine that if consumer spending begins to go down out of all the companies, McDonald's would definitely not be at the top of my list. Again, just entertaining you guys. Carvana is no stranger to retracements. It's lost nearly 95% of its value back in the 2022 pullback after the post-pandemic rally. 97% from highs of right around $372 to lows of $3.55. Now, Carvana has seen a really nice recovery, but guess what? If consumer spending begins to slow down, what do you think I'm going to try to short? McDonald's, that pulls back maybe 10 to 15% during drawdowns? Or Carvana, who's incredibly overvalued and is no stranger to retracements that offers, again, huge downside potential based off previous patterns. For me, it's opportunity cost. I would see there to be so much more money to be made off of shorting companies like Carvana, who are truly overvalued and that are trading at a premium, versus McDonald's, just because you don't like a video that was shared by them. And again, I'm sure that video was shared as just a joke, and I'm just, again, using it as a way to be able to take what people say, but to also put some data behind it, right? Now let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's look into this company. It trades at a PE ratio of 27.2 times its earnings, which isn't super cheap for these kind of retail-based or real estate, people like to call McDonald's a real estate company. So it's not super cheap, but in comparison to, again, a lot of the different tech companies that justify their insane valuations, it is no Tesla, right? If you guys look at Tesla's PE ratio, Tesla has a PE ratio of 401. That means that it is trading 401 times greater than what it actually earns as a company to its current valuation, meaning that you are paying a very big premium to own the stock. Normally, during uncertain times, if we do enter a recession, it's the most overvalued companies that experience the largest drawdown or retracement. So yes, could it experience a little bit of a lower P ratio? Of course, right? Like we said, it was nearly at all-time highs, but it is nothing like it's, like other companies that are publicly traded. Revenue is $26.8 billion a year, and net income is $8.5 billion. Now, one of my favorite things about Investing Pro is the Pro research. This is where we can actually understand what this company is making and how it's making it. Again, if you want to use this software, it's the first link down below. With that being said, let's click on Investing Pro's Pro research. And as we can quickly see is, again, does this look like a company that is dying? Its revenue quarter after quarter, not consistently, right? It has its drawdowns, but consistently over a long period of time, because that's what McDonald's is. It's a long-term investment. It's not something that people technically like to trade, is bullish. It's showing signs of growth. But again, maybe that's just its revenue, right? What does the actual company look like right now? Well, global comparable sales rose 5.7% in Q4. It had its highest single sale day in company history. 50,000 restaurants are expected by the end of 2027, and 210 million 90-day active users, up 19% year over year, with capital expenditures projected at 3.7 to 3.9 billion for 2026. One of my favorite things is that I can actually see these flow charts, or the LTM models, where you can actually see the international business, high growth markets, United States, the overall revenue, the cost of goods, the gross profit, the operating profit, everything down to their net profit. Again, do you actually understand the companies that you are invested in? They have these flow charts, not just for the LTM models, but also for the quarters. Q4, Q3, Q2, and Q1. So if you actually want to understand the companies that you're investing in, then this is one of my favorite parts of Investing Pro. Now, one of the things that I also do appreciate is the bull case and bear case. Now, again, that was just a TikTok. I'm sure that it was made out of just fun. It's a very trendy topic to be talking about right now. But the one thing that investors don't need to be making, especially beginners, are taking trades based off of someone else's opinion, and only that. I think other people's opinions are great to listen to, but not to just simply trade off of. I think it's important to make sure that data supports the trades or investments that you are about to take. And this is where, again, the bull case and the bear case, they talk to you about, why it could make sense to go long, or why it could make sense to either not go long or go short, according to the bear case. Every beginner investor and trader, in my opinion, should always take both sides into consideration. Not one side is guaranteed, but it's important to know what the company has going for them and what the company also has as potential obstacles and challenges. With that, you can simply make a more informed decision. It's not that you're trying to FUD or learn more about FUD, but that's what people say nowadays. I feel like I'm too old to say that. But nonetheless, it's all you're trying to do is, as a trader and as a retail investor or trader, you're just trying to inform yourself. So hopefully you can make more informed and more calculated trade decisions. So again, you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think that McDonald's is actually a stock worth shorting? Or if markets do begin to experience a downturn, as they might actually in 2026, do you think there would be greater opportunity elsewhere? When you look at the overall retracements, especially on the week time frame, when it comes down to McDonald's and these retracements that we see back down to the moving average, like I said, they're anywhere from around 10 to 15%. We did see a really strong pullback. That was right around 2020, as you can see down here, but that was during the pandemic, and then a V-shaped recovery going back to its continued ascending uptrend pattern. So again, I love making videos like this because we're able to talk about real topics, but also to be able to support it with real data. Again, if you ever want to tune on into my live trading sessions, I trade live every single morning with my LPP team. That means that, again, if you learn best by watching other people do, it's not to copy my trades, but it's to understand the thought process behind every trade that I take during that session. If you want to learn more about it, just take 2 minutes, click the second link down in the description, and maybe if, again, it's of value for you, we can see you tomorrow for our live trading session. And don't forget, if you want to download Investing Pro, they have a sale going on, and it's the first link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.